and welcome to the fifth episode of Europe Football Club. I'm delighted to be joined by my dear friend Alessandro tonight, representing Serie A and AC Milan in particular. That's a nice Italy kit that you have here, mate. How many stars do you have?
Four.
You won more World Cup than France,
This is
mate.
the Euros shirt that we
Yeah,
won.
that's a good. Is it the one when you launched an away kit that you never won? Was the uh it was banger as well. I remember it was a bit brownish
You had
and
a greeny,
goldish.
you had a dark green one,
That's
and then
the
the
one.
white
I
one was
really
dark
like that
green.
kit. I really like that kit. So just as an introduction, guys, this show is brought to you by FanFest. Big up to them, and also sponsored by Vieille Rue Vintage Shop. They are specialized in vintage football garments. They are also giving away a promo code today, 20% off actually on the website. So we will explain everything to you later on. Today we will be joined by our friend Cass, representing Never a Foul, and a Man United fan representing the Premier League as well. Our dear friend, don't add to stream. Daps is not available today, so Cass will be representing Man United, and also Victor not available today, but he shared with me quite a few stuff on La Liga. I would like to share with you, especially we'll have to talk about this wonder kid in FC Barcelona, 16 years old, Noah Darwich. I think that's his name. I mean, pure talent. I've watched him over the weekend. He's straight from La Masia. We'll discuss this later on. But yeah, without further ado, mate, I think we need to kick off straight away while we wait for Cass with a topic that I would like to discuss with you. Cass can join also the conversation because that was a player that was playing in the Premier League as well. But Lukaku is going to AS Roma, La Roma, I think it's on a loan.
Yeah, €6 million dry loan.
This player, man, I'm sorry, but he's one of the most overrated striker of his generation, in my opinion. What do you think?
I think he's a good. He was a good player. I think he's just very selfish, arrogant,
Yeah, and also we
all
saw
about
during
himself.
the Champions League final that was a bit complicated for him. Cass, welcome on the show, mate. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How you
Look at
doing?
him with the branding, the hoodie, never a foul representing. Big up to you, man. So, guys, Cass is also, as Daps, a member of Never a Foul. Big up to them. Never a Foul is a collective of football fans representing different clubs, not only the Premier League, but also they have a massive Inter Milan fan as well.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on him.
And actually, there's a question afterwards on Inter Milan, so I'm sure Alessandro will be happy to answer. Welcome to the show, mate. Man United, massive Man United fan. Yeah, we were just discussing before you joined the show this Lukaku situation. He also played for Man United. He now has signed for AS Roma in Italy. So Alessandro is an AC Milan fan, specialized in Serie A. We were just saying that 8 million loan. I mean, Lukaku has always been, to my personal point of view, is that he's always been a very overrated striker. But Alessandro has a different opinion. Why are your thoughts around Lukaku? Were you happy with him at Man United?
No, he was garbage. Like he went on a goals. Like he started off at Man United, and I think it was under Mourinho as well. To be fair, he started off very well.
Yes,
he was. I think he was on like 12 goals, and then all of a sudden he went on some goal drought, and he kept making excuse after excuse, and he kept putting on weight, and he come this target man. I think that's what Mourinho wanted in him, and that's not the Lukaku that I wanted. I wanted the one that was trim at Everton, the one that runs in behind. He was still strong. He didn't need to be even stronger. I think that ruined his whole game for me personally. And then from 2017 to 18, that's where I feel like his career kind of started going down and down and down. And then he went into Milan, and it worked because he played in a two-man striker system with with what's it called, Lautaro, which was a good partnership. But for me, he's a poison. No one likes him. He might be the most hated footballer in world football. No club wants him. The fact that Roma are going to pick him up is a massive boost to them because of Tammy Abraham. being out injured. I watched quite a lot of Serie A football myself, to be fair. So I know
Okay.
what's going on. I'm actually a big Sassuolo fan. So the Zerbi, Locatelli days, Scamacca, love them.
Nice.
But my team is actually Roma. So if I have to pick one, I know De Rossi and everything. I love it. So, but
You know
yeah,
what? That's interesting because
Roma's
I
gonna
think
win the league.
if I had to pick one Italian team, it would have been Roma as well. I don't know why.
Proper classy club, unlike the other ones.
Yeah, Francesco Totti as well.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Loyalty. The definition of loyalty is you have to love AS Roma just for this.
Yeah, and I think Roma, from the signings that they have got this season, I think they can go and win a league. I think they're ready. Like, I think they've had a big boost. If you go look at some of their names, Paredes is going to kill it there. Paredes is so underrated. Matic couldn't even move. Yeah, so they got Paredes. They got people don't even know about Ndika. You're gonna see how much he's gonna mess up that league and how solid he is. They got him on a free. They got a lot of players on a free and a lot on loan. I like what they got going, and Mourinho's gonna sort them out. And I think what they've injected is a little bit of pace into that side, a little bit more stability. You lot are not ready for Mourinho ball in.
I disagree completely.
And I think
they've got 1 point in 6 games against Verona. They lost to Verona. And they drew at home to Salernitana on the first game week. They look pony. They look terrible. And we got them on Friday, and I'm expecting us to smack them because they're not looking.
Do you think Lukaku's gonna play straight on Friday?
No,
I don't think so. I don't even know if he's been doing training separately for Chelsea, and he was with the under-21s.
You sound like an Arsenal fan a little bit.
Because to come back on what you...
It's not how you start, it's how you finish. If you know anything about Italian football, as you do,
yeah.
Like, I've seen Inter Milan start very poorly. I've seen loads of teams in Lazio, and all of a sudden you go check the table again, they're up there. It's so intertwined. You don't know whoever's going to win the league. I think
it's the most competitive league in Europe at the moment.
Second best league in Europe for me. I think. Actually, you know what? Tell a lie.
Gas. Why are you reading? You're going too fast, my G. You're going too fast because you know what? What you seeing in my? There was this thing, yeah. A guy on our Instagram. We asked the viewers, if they wanted us to debate something during the show, and it was exactly that question that came from a guy called at Milan is Blue 07.
Oh, is that Alessandro in the skies, yeah?
Do you think the Italian league has the potential to be the second best league in front of La Liga? That is the question. That's exactly what you said, Kaz. Go on.
All right. When I'm seeing Jude Bellingham going on a record goal scoring spree in La Liga, I don't want to hear about La Liga no more. Jude Bellingham's a very good player, but very overrated. People think he's world class. He hasn't done anything to be world class. He's got world class potential, in my opinion. I think La Liga, even being Spanish myself, I gotta admit, it's garbage.
Woo! That's a massive statement.
I think it's the third best. Look, it's just Real Madrid, and look what's going on with Barcelona. Even Atletico, like, no one wants to play. No, who wants to see some Diego Simeone 4-4-2 ball? Even Mourinho's more excited now. The difference between the Liga and I find Serie A is that Serie A's got all different styles now. Like, it's a bit slow, not wrong, but there's styles. I can go watch Empoli, and I know I'm going to get different sort of football than what I'm going to watch against Venezia and all this kind of teams. So that's what I like. I think German football is absolutely. I love the systematic football. It's more enjoyable to watch, but the quality for me, it's just Bayern Munich and sometimes on a few other teams. It's not.
How long they've been winning the Bundesliga now? For 8 and 9 years in a row.
Yeah, and you've had like 3 different Italian winners, or 4 maybe, in the last 4 or 5 years.
Exactly.
AC Milan, Juventus, and now you got Napoli. Like, how can you not like that? That's
exactly.
me. And you know what? I think it's underrated. And I'm not saying it because you're here, but French football, I'm starting to pick up on it a little bit. They got all the ballers. All the young ballers are in the French.
Yes, my G. Thank you very much. You know what? You're the first Englishman, because I keep saying, since I arrived in this country, everyone is taking the piss out of me, calling us Farmers League.
It is a Farmers League a little bit, but
everyone is going to France and doing the little shopping in France. Yeah, especially the Premier League, right? And when you look at the best Premier League players in history in general, most of them, they come from the French league.
Yeah, I like French football, man. You can't knock Lens. Marseille, I know they got a lot of debt. I think they got under 200 million debt to pay off now. Lyon, they're always hit and miss. You don't know what you're gonna get with them. And then I like, there's the other teams, the mid-table team like Metz and stuff like this. Is
Rennes, Metz.
Okay,
Man City, by the way, your rivals. They signed this guy from Rennes.
Yeah,
well.
Jeremy Doku. I know about
him.
Yeah.
60 million.
The only thing is about this is there's not enough football injected into other leagues like the Premier League. That's it.
Oh, you mean in terms of competition?
It will never get good until they start dishing out TV money all around.
Exactly. So that's very interesting. Tell me if that's the case with you, Alessandro, because I know there's more investment in Serie A than the French league, and I think the investment makes the league. I'm not going to deviate and talk about Saudi Arabia. We can leave it for the end of the show, but I think the investment is crucial. That's the case with the Premier League, obviously. So why all the good players? You know what? I know some guys that are playing in the second division or even first division in France, mid-table teams, as you said, Cass, that prefer to sign for a championship club in England, such as QPR. I don't know, like clubs like that, because they will earn more money, they will be in better conditions, and they always have this on the back of their head that if I'm doing well in the championship, you never know, I can make it to the Premier League.
Championship's got a lot of money in it now too. You know, it's filtering down the leagues a little bit more. You know, even when you win the championship, you win something stupid. Like if you win the playoffs, you get like 100 million or something.
Exactly.
It's stupid, but it's that's where England went right. Like they started spreading out the money to everybody, and then La Liga, where they went wrong, is because they kept dishing it out to Real Madrid, Barcelona, and they're filtering the other little teams and not sharing the rights everywhere. Same thing with French football, you know, because French football has not been great, let's be honest, in terms of quality, but PSG always there. You always have the odd team like Monaco, but there's not enough investment either.
Back in the days, they had Russian investors. This is when they won the league, and we lost it to Monaco.
Yeah. And then there's obviously the last part for me is obviously Serie A is corrupt, isn't it? Come on, man. Let's not let's not be around the bush.
That's where it all went downhill. And then stubborn.
I don't know. You know what? If you want to go into this debate, then I think I mean I don't think it's around corruption, but it's more like in terms of I think it's more in terms of investment. So obviously, what this guy is asking, Milan is blue. I assume he's an Inter Milan fan. When this guy is asking if the Italian league has the potential to be the second best league in the world in front of La Liga, I'd say it should be already. My opinion, to answer that question, I know obviously Cass' answer is yes, it should be the second league after the Premier League. In my opinion, I think that's already the case. Serie A should be in this having the second position. La Liga is all about Real Madrid, FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, and even FC Barcelona is no longer the Barca that we knew. So yeah, and back in the days before the Premier League, always remember that the Italian league was always the top league, always before the Premier League. So you never know. One day, if there's good investment, even more investment in Serie A, the Premier League can be in danger, you know?
I don't think so. So we're way too. They're so far ahead. I mean, one of them being stadiums in Italy compared to in England is just so far. I know there's like teams like Luton and stuff like that, and Bournemouth with like small stadiums, but even going to the San Siro, you look at the towers when you're coming in, they're all cracked, and the stadiums. I mean, Napoli Stadium wasn't fit 2 years ago. They had to completely put new seats in and stuff. That all the stadiums are just too old, and the councils in Italy are so stubborn and don't like change that it takes about 4 or 5 years to get an approval to make a new stadium. Roma's wanted a new stadium since like 2017. Milan's wanted one since 2018, 2019. Wait,
hold on a minute. So are you saying that because there's no investment in renewing the stadiums in Italy, that's what makes it less attractive than the Premier League?
The teams need their own stadiums to increase their revenues, and until small teams can increase their revenues, and it's never gonna improve.
Don't you think that's what makes it special? The fact that Lazio and AS Roma, they share the same stadium, same as you guys with Inter Milan, etc. Like those derbies, like massive derbies, are like you know, if you speak to every massive football fan, they will say to you if they want to attend a game in their life as on the top of their bucket list, it might be, I don't know, maybe the Old Firm, Celtic against Rangers. Then you want to go probably somewhere Eastern Europe, and then you want to attend AS Roma, Lazio, or Inter Milan, AC Milan. You know, this kind of crazy atmosphere that you have. And I think the atmosphere is also made by the fact that you have to share, you're obliged to share the stadium.
Yeah, of course, but and
would you share a stadium with Man City?
I mean, like, yeah, you know what? What do you mean, as in full time or just temporarily?
That is permanent for years now. With AC Milan and Inter Milan.
For me, no, permanently, no. The San Siro is pretty much breaking down, anyways.
Yeah.
The foundations are weak. I think it's time to separate, and they need to get rid of that Chinese guy. He can't fund nothing. They're not allowing him from China. They need new owners. So I think, you know what? It's so simple to really boost up the Italian league. There's some rich owners out there. There are some very rich owners. If someone was to go say, okay, I'm gonna go take Roma, Inter Milan, Juventus is fine. Go take AC Milan and maybe somebody else. Napoli, maybe. It could be anybody. It doesn't matter who. Just as long as it's a prime location. That you can build around and stuff like that. You can really make. They can really make a force in Serie A, but that's wishful thinking now. You know, we see people buy teams like Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Bournemouth. Why are you taking Bournemouth? What are you going to do with Bournemouth? I don't think you're going to do much. You can invest whatever you want. You can build a bigger stadium, but it's going to take many, many years to really get that club up to somewhere, in my opinion. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, other than that, I don't know, man. They need their own stadium. Inter Milan are too much of a prestigious club to not be having their own stadium, in my opinion.
Inter Milan or AC Milan? Because Alessandro is looking at you like.
No, I was reading the comment. Someone in the chat put, "I don't think bigger stadiums will make Serie A more attractive." That's not what I said. I said needing their own stadiums and newer stadiums, not bigger stadiums, because San Siro is nearly 90,000 spectators. We're trying to reduce it down to 70,000 and have a new stadium. That's what I'm saying. Is you need to come up with the times, and
it's nearly as bad as Old Trafford.
Exactly. You got your stand like coming down as well. You know, Liverpool was on their stuff. Like, it's quick here. Like, it's quick. Everton, out of nowhere, nearly built their stadium in about 2 or 3 years.
Chelsea are looking for investment for their stadium. I don't know where they're going to build it though, but they're going to build it somewhere. Yeah, it's kind of poor.
So so Everton is already, the building already started, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Well, again, we were talking about Premier League club, guys. Remember, Cass, you were mentioning our enemies. Even if we hate them, Marseille, the Saudis prefer to invest in Newcastle rather than Marseille, because originally they were interested in investing in Marseille. And don't get me wrong, with all due respect to Newcastle, I think Marseille, in terms of fan base, is a massive club in terms of fan base. Okay, and history of French football, whatever.
Yeah, 1993 first Champions League.
But instead of going for Marseille, they decided, and also they could have competed with PSG, make the whole French league more attractive, etc. They went for the Newcastle option instead. Why? Because it's the Premier League.
And I think Newcastle as a city as well, it's an up and coming city, you could say. It's got that life there. But I'm not saying Marseille doesn't in the south of France. But I think what I've read upon, even your owners might be looking to kick boot out of PSG because they can't plan and build around it or nothing. So your club might be going into the mud as well. You never know.
That's interesting that, Alessandro, you're talking about a stadium, because PSG at the moment and the owners are pissed off because we are tenants. We're renting the stadium to the city of Paris. And now obviously Qatar has injected a lot of money in the club. Now they want to buy the stadium to the city of Paris, and the city of Paris said no. It will always remain the property of the city of Paris. And they were like, guys, we made big investments. The stadium looks fresher. They did a lot of things in terms of infrastructure. Now they want to buy. They say, no, you can't buy. You still need to remain the tenant. So now they're looking at different options. They want to go Stade de France. They want to build a new stadium. I don't know. And obviously us fans, we're pissed off because the DNA the DNA of PSG is Parc des Princes. If we're going and go to another stadium, then it's not going to be Paris, and I don't think it was central Paris anyway. But that's a very good point. I think yeah, that each club needs its own stadium. And what about you, Cass? Any plans for Old Trafford, or what's going on?
It depends if our Qataris decide to take over the club. I don't even know what's happening, but all I know is that
would you be happy with that? Would you be happy with that?
Of course. Why would I not be happy with this?
Alessandro, look at him. It's not look at him. He does not know what's coming for him.
I don't want no Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I've seen what he's doing with the French club over there. He's not doing nothing. You know, he's made them worse, if anything, you know, and he's been in a club, he's been there for 4 years now. So it's like,
well, it's all about, I know the money comes with some, how can I phrase that? The money comes with some sacrifices from a fan perspective, bro. That's the problem with Qatar. It's just that as soon as they inject a lot of money, they have more control over the club. I don't know if they're gonna do this. I hope they're not gonna do the same with Man United. I hope so.
Need to,
and you were always the first target for. Let's be honest, and everyone knows it. Before investing in PSG, Qatar has always been interested in investing in Man United. And back in the days, it was not possible. And then we were the second option, right? So I don't know what you expect from Qatar apart from the money, but be careful from a fan perspective.
We don't need it. I've been telling this for ages. It's about how you spend it, not how much you need. Yes, we need a new shiny new toy to play in, and we need 90 shiny new facilities. Everything else we can fund ourselves. We don't need Qatar money investment. We can fund ourselves enough. It's the fact that what gets sanctioned that's allowed to be spent, and also along the lines of how much money they take out themselves. You know, they take out like 30 million in dividends every year for themselves, and I'm like, that's through the transfer budget, by the way, not just the club. You know, like it's all sorts of money. We don't need all of that. The thing is, you're talking about Qatar, your owners. They're different people in Qatar, you know. Like it's not every single American owner is the same. So I don't think all the Qatari people are the same. But I know there's some scandals.
Oh yeah, you mean it's a different investment organization, a fund? Yeah,
you can't get any worse than the Glazers. I promise you that. They can't afford to stay. This is what I keep telling people. Like don't bother listening to this paper and this paper. Wait for Reuters and Bloomberg and the actual business people. I don't care what Samuel Luckhurst and everyone has to say. Even to the point Mike Keegan, they still debate. No, because they can't afford to stay. They've milked as much as they need. They can't afford $2 billion for a new stadium. They ain't got enough investment to put into Man United the way they need to put them back onto the pedestal. You see what Chelsea done with no debt? What can Man United do with no debt? We're 700 million in debt. Crazy, right? You'd think you'd be able to pay that off quick time with the amount of money Man United generate. So on that notice, I think Old Trafford is. I don't for the location. I'm thinking of the stands. I was there a lot last year. I think there's going to be a new stadium. I don't think it's going to get knocked down stand by stand. One side you got a river, that's a stream that runs across, and then on the other side you got a train track. It's not viable to keep it in, but the location, it's not even what they're going to just do for the stadium. It's what they're going to do for the area.
Yes.
So if you go to West Manchester, there's nothing there. It's all old industrial buildings. There's nothing there whatsoever. Look at what Man City are doing there.
I was about to tell you, I had conversation with Daps and also Big Steve, but they mentioned they invested a lot for the local community as well.
Yeah. Look at the trams, the easier access. On one side, they've got trams that come in, and on the other side, they've got trams to go out, you know, so it's never busy, you know. And what Man United got, they got one that goes in, and it causes so much traffic and so much wait time. And you look at the east side of Manchester, if you go around it, now they're going to build like a whole shopping centre around near the stadium and stuff. And before East Manchester was known as the crappy area and everything like this, you know, and it's wasteland. Now it's something, you know. So the whole point when you point the fingers, what about human rights? Shut the hell up, man. What happened to keeping politics out of football? You know, but when it comes to your narrative, I hate it. What about women's rights and all this stuff? What do you mean about women's rights? If women weren't happy, they would have left. You know, then you're kind of attacking Islam then, in a way, because it's within, you know, the religion itself as well. But anyway, I don't want to dabble into that. I need these Qataris more than ever.
So there are still some protests ongoing by the fans against the Glazers.
Yeah, it's not going to do nothing.
So what do you know? What you need to do a madness, like a big thing to like, because what you guys done, you know, Alessandro, when he goes attend some games in Italy. Me also with PSG Ultras will see, and we see also what's happening in France with all the clubs. when the fans, the ultras, like the fans really want something from the club, the protest is a madness normally, you know. And I think you've done something that where you break into the ground, you stole the corner flag, and you had one smoke bomb, and that's it. And everyone was shocked in England. Whereas for Alessandro or for me, as a PSG fan, we were like, that's okay. It's not too bad, you know. And I don't know how you can make your voices heard a little bit more, but just staying after the game, singing here and there with half of the stand empty, I don't think they're gonna take it seriously, guys.
Is that for Alessandro?
That is for you, Cass. You're the Man United fan, my friend.
Yeah, no, Glaze's not gonna do nothing. No, it's not gonna happen. I appreciate the protests. I've been in one myself. Getting the game called off is where it matters. When you hurt the money, someone staying over 60 minutes for your voice heard and everything. Yeah, they already know that we want them out. Nothing's gonna happen though. I ain't seen no coverage on it. Have you seen any coverage on it? I've seen some clips. No one cares unless you call off the TV like you did against Liverpool. That's where you hurt them. The thing is, even if you don't turn up the stadiums, then the tourist is just going to take your ticket.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not going to hurt them that way either. So the only way you can do is by walking out mid-stadium. No sponsors want to have a half-empty stadium. Are they going to do that? No. I go to stadiums and I hear Glazers out, but the same people are going to buy water, going to buy Cokes, going to buy, like, I don't know, crappy little pies and stuff like this.
Yes.
From this, and I'm like, you're still funding them. You're a bunch of idiots. I hate my fan base. I can't lie. I can't stand them. I can't stand them.
When we wanted Berlusconi out, who we won everything with, I think it was in 2015. That whole blue side where all Kurvas would sit and stuff was completely empty. They had banners everywhere telling him to leave. Like one saying "Save Milan," insert coin, "Save Milan." No one was there. I think we did it for 2 games. I think it was. He did end up leaving, but that's because he had to go and sell, and he said it to the Chinese, which didn't actually made us even worse. But yeah, I think in Europe, I think fans, they do it a bit more.
It's a different way. It's a different way to support. It's a different way to. It's a different way to protest as well. I think the football fan culture in England and can be France, can be Italy, can be Germany, the Netherlands as well. By the way, we'll have our friend Sahbi from Ajax next week on Monday as well to represent the Dutch league. So that will be an interesting one. But yeah, I think England is in the stands with everything that happened in your country, etc. Now, the fans they kind of need to behave. You know, they kind of need to. Low profile, not speak too loud, don't protest too much, or I don't know what's going on, but you're quite positive. Even when you protest, you're really positive most of the time. Whereas us, we're more negative than you guys.
Well, you guys want to go and protest by putting bombs in the street or fire in the street and protest, beating up the police and stuff. The French know how to protest, I'll be honest. If they want something changed, they get it changed. It's done.
Yeah, different vibe. I'd say different vibe. But yeah, okay. That's a good one. I think so. I have your answer, guys. Alessandro, I think I know your answer. You should be second at the European ranking. La Liga, unfortunately, is not here, but I think that's what you think.
I'd say definitely, but we need to be more consistent in Europe now. We had 3 semi-finalists.
But how many clubs do you have in the Champions League in the draw next week?
4.
There you go. See, France, we have 2, only PSG and RC Lens. And RC Lens, they sold all the great players. They left the club.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, so they're not.
And have you seen what Marseille did against Panathinaikos?
Oh yeah, they got knocked out.
We did not discuss this last week. I forgot because I was laughing too loud about this. But they made us look ridiculous, man, as usual. That's a shame. That's a shame for French football.
It is what it is, man. I swear the Dutch league have got more points than you now.
I think so. Yeah.
They're in 5th, so they get 3 places.
Yes, exactly.
Where's that? PSV, Ajax? No, I think did Ajax even? Let me check the Dutch league.
Feyenoord won it last year.
Yeah, Feyenoord won it. That's my other part.
I think Feyenoord got pretty far as well, and they got the final of the Conference League against Roma.
Yes,
not last year, the year before.
Ajax got lucky. They got very lucky, even though they lost the last game of the season. But I think maybe AZ Alkmaar, they just about qualified to go through the European qualifiers for Champions League. PSV in Feyenoord, and then AZ Alkmaar goes to Europa.
Yeah, I think PSV got Rangers in the final qualifier on Tuesday.
PSV with one of my favorite young PSG player that was supposed to come back this season, but we loaned him again to RB Leipzig.
Xavi Simons.
Xavi Simons. Yeah,
he's a decent player. Don't know if he'll make it in the Prem. I know Arsenal wanted him, but I don't think he's a Prem suited player to me.
Don't you think so?
Nah, not the way he plays. Reminds me of Spanish football. This guy, I think.
What would you mean? Too technical, too many skills.
Yeah, I think he just get bullied in the Prem. I'll be honest.
Not enough physicality.
Yeah, you need a little bit something more to your game. If you're going to be technical, you're going to have to be super technical, like Erdegaard technical, to really move around. I know there's all sorts of different technique, but I don't think Xavi Simons. I think he's too young at the moment to really make it in the Prem. That's why I don't think no Prem teams went in for him. In my opinion.
That's interesting. We have that question from at Roni00. If you Oi, Dalil, how you doing? Dalil is a viewer. So yeah, I don't know if he has a question for us. I was about to ask. He's a viewer as well. He's following the show. So big ups to you, man. Welcome on the show. If you, I think you followed all those conversations. If you want to ask us a question, do not hesitate. Otherwise, let me read that one and you can contribute to that answer as well. I know which club you support, by the way. If your respective clubs played in other European leagues, what position would you say they would finish? Let's start with Alessandro. If AC Milan was playing in the Premier League, do you think they will finish top 4?
Again, 8.
No, not top 4.
Why?
Why? Not better than City.
Because top four now is what? Arsenal, Man City. Look what Chelsea's doing. Look what Chelsea's doing. Liverpool is quite decent, I'd say, probably with the big comeback that they've done over the weekend. Let's see how it goes, but Liverpool, we never know. Tottenham can come. I don't know, but apart from Man City and Arsenal kind of dominating the league, AC Milan, for example, you see Tottenham, you see AC Milan. You deserve the same spot as Tottenham or probably Chelsea in you as an AC Milan fan, no?
Well, we played Chelsea in the Champions League last year. And
but that's the one. No. You cannot compare the two competitions, bro.
Wait. You can't do that. Did you beat Chelsea? Did you beat Chelsea?
No, we lost 5-0 in aggregate with 2 games. That's what I'm saying.
And what about I swear you played Tottenham.
Yeah,
what was that?
1-0 and then 0-0.
Worst game ever. Exactly. Tottenham's your standard.
Exactly. So I don't know about this year, but I think last couple of years, I wouldn't say would be in the top 4. No chance. Say top 8, yeah. Top 8.
What about Man United in the French league or the Italian league? Do you think you can win or be top 2, top 3 in the Serie A, the Italian league?
Oh yeah, 100%, easy.
Woo! Look at the arrogance. Look at the arrogance.
I'm not being funny. I like Napoli and what they're doing and everything, but I'm not being funny. Actually, you know what? Last year Napoli would have probably beat us. I'll be real.
I'd say top 3. I don't think you would win it.
But I'd win it. Like, forget Inter Milan. I don't care. Don't care about what they did in the Champions League. I saw their league form. Their cup manager, AC Milan manager. Don't make me laugh. You think Tomori's going to stop us? You think Giroud's going to keep doing whatever he wants to do? What happened last time when we played them in Europa League too? Like, I don't want to hear it. That was a better team as well, by the way.
That was not better than this team. No chance.
This is what
that team was not better.
They got Pulisic. Pulisic couldn't even get onto our bench. Come on, man. I don't want to hear this crap. They got Leao, don't get me wrong, but Pulisic and Giroud had to come out of our league. I wouldn't hear none of that. You lost Tonali. I don't know what signings you've got. I don't rate it. The last time I checked, you was after Azpilicueta, then Inter Milan were, and then you wanted Chalobah. And
we were never in for Azpilicueta or Chalobah. I don't know what you're reading, man.
Like, there's Twitters for everybody. You can go check it. I saw a lot of players that are linked over into the Italian league. Your team ain't good enough. The only thing that's good about your team at this moment of time is either 1, Leao, or 2, Magnon, and that's it. Nothing else. Garbage.
Wow, that is
that's fair. Everyone's got their own opinion, you know. I mean, their new shiny striker can do anything against us in 2 games last year. He did fuck all. So
he was 19.
Striker can
he's 19. It's fine, but he's going to be playing with better quality, you know. Even Ronaldo scored against Atalanta, if I remember, for us, and he's an old man that's washed up, and now he's played in Saudi. I mean, it can't be that hard, surely.
Ronaldo's washed up.
To be fair, I don't know because the Italian league is Man United as it is right now. I think you can finish top 3 of the Serie A, but you say that it's definitely a first position for you. Like you can easily win.
Let's get one thing straight over the league. Yes, they got Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia and Napolitano. But Ndombele, as we like to call him, can't even start for Tottenham. He ain't got the fitness. You got Zach Nguisa. I kind of like him, but even he flopped towards the end. He can barely get into Fulham, right? And then you look all around Zielinski and stuff. They're average. We got Zielinski's in our teams and stuff like that. It's basically Scott McTominay, but the Polish version. And I don't even like Scott McTominay. I'm just saying, it's okay. But when you think of a course of a season, you might do good in the cups. But over the run of stuff, I wouldn't be scared of this team. I wouldn't be scared of the fullbacks. Just a little bit of physicality as well. Like, this is what the Italian team's known for. The thing that's what you got. But when it comes to pace, you lot are shocking. That's why Osimhen looks like amazing. That's the reason. Let's be honest, Tammy Abraham scoring double-digit goals.
I'm not going to ask you, Cass, if you were playing in the French league.
PSG would be hard. PSG would be hard because
I was expecting a different answer. To be fair, with what you just said, I was expecting you to say if Man United played the French league, we would have smashed that league.
No, Mbappe, Mbappe's a different story. Can't knock that.
So you'd say there's more competition just between you and PSG if you were playing in the Premier League rather than you and the other Italian clubs in the Serie A?
Yeah, no, PSG is better than every club in the Serie A. Let's be honest. Mbappe, it's because of Mbappe. But let's be honest, is it PSG or is it Mbappe FC? Because last time he runs that club. You know, everything he's going like 1 minute he wants to leave and next he gets a shiny new payment toy and everything. Comes through and he loves the club again and everyone likes him.
Guys, Dalil here is with us. I know he's a PSG fan as well, and he will answer the question for us right after. But what do you want us to say? That is for us as PSG fans. That is shocking. That is shocking. To have a player that can dictate pretty much what the fuck he wants is just ridiculous. I agree. So even from an outside point of view, all the guys in Europe are. Thank God, Victor, Real Madrid fan. Thank God he's not attending the show tonight. But I think we kind of. Do you think we look like clowns with the whole Mbappe situation?
Yeah, 100%. You're a clown. I don't know what owner. I don't know if it's to do with the owners or whatever, or maybe they didn't plan for it. But you're going to lose him on a free now unless you get rid of him in January. I don't know if he signed an extension or something.
Not yet.
I don't think he does. He got his bonus, that 60 million euro bonus. I think it was in total. I might be wrong. Maybe it's 40 million.
Yeah, they call it the loyalty
bonus. It's a joke. If you got rid of him, you could have got yourself a Bernardo Silva. I think did you get Kolo Muani in the end?
No, we're still working on him.
See, Kolo Muani's a good shout. Who else did you get? And Sensio's a good backup. I don't think that's an okay option. Well, I don't know what your midfield's looking like these days. Marco,
we have Vitinha is not. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dalil. But last game Vitinha was not playing midfield. But
is he not a striker?
That's the thing. We'll have Ousmane Dembele now on the side.
Dembele. If you can get Dembele, Kolo Muani,
and Kylian if he stays, that would be good.
Seriously good front three. And I don't care about the Messi and the Neymar stuff. I think getting rid of Neymar is correct. Good job.
Thank you.
He just likes to get injured in March so he can go kiss up his sister in Brazil. And then there was the other one. Who was the other one? Who was the other one I mentioned? Messi. Good. Don't get me wrong. Messi's Messi. And he's a legend. And he's the best player ever to live, in my opinion, from what I've seen. Over Ronaldo. But, you know, he can't handle it. Yes, he's got all the assists last year and the goals, but you got to look at it as a team collective. If there's something that we know about PSG is that their front line, they're lazy. They don't want to run and track and do the dirty work. They kind of take the piss, and everyone else is scrambling around. And there's no. Why are we surprised that the midfield always gets overrun? And then Verratti's always injured. Good riddance, I'd say. Even though he's a quality player.
Verratti's gonna go Saudi normally, but we'll discuss this in a second.
Yeah, I saw it at the next club. I can't remember what it's called.
It's not Saudi, sorry, it's Qatar, no? Qatar, sorry, Qatar, yeah.
Yeah, you're reconstructing it, and this is what you should have done ages ago. No need for the fancy managers and all that. I know you got, is it Luis Enrique you got now?
Yeah.
Good manager, and that's a good good place to build without Mbappe, in my opinion. When he goes after that, I think Bernardo Silva's got a release clause. We're gonna go get him watch next year.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think Barcelona are getting him.
Yeah, but Bernardo Silva has nothing to prove in football anymore after he won the treble with City.
He wants to be closer to home.
Yeah, true, and we have a lot of Portuguese players as well, mate.
French
Portuguese players.
PSG, Paris lifestyle is better. It's different to Manchester lifestyle. The city.
Yeah, but that's our problem, my G. that's the problem with our players, bro.
His wife doesn't want to be in England, so I think he needs one more year. And if it is to be true, I think you get Bernardo.
I guess next season we'll see Bernardo Silva chilling in every nightclubs in Paris again, like all the players that joined the club.
I think I got one more thing. I think you might, if no one gets him, but I feel like you might have one more in you. If you get rid of Mbappe, Osimhen comes in, Colomwani goes left wing.
Osimhen,
I think he comes. Colomwani goes left wing.
Osimhen is expensive, bro.
Not after next year, the price goes down, especially when they don't win the league.
Yeah, true. Dalil, as a PSG fan, if we were playing in the Premier League or in the Serie A, what position would you say we'll finish? Let's start with the Premier League first.
I think it's quite difficult to answer the question because there is a lot of intensity in Premier League, and in the French league it's quite different. I mean, there is no intensity. That's not the same kind of game. So I think it would be more difficult in Premier League because of the intensity, not because of the atmosphere. And that's the point. French teams and Italian teams are really used to play in big atmospheres, whereas English and Premier League teams are not really used to. So I don't think that Manchester United would win the Italian league because of the atmosphere. And
that's interesting. Okay,
that's my point of view. And yeah, in Serie A, I think yes, we could win the league. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You think if PSG was playing the we would win the Serie A easy?
Yeah. I think because it's kind of the same atmosphere in France and in Italy, and in terms of.
So you say the English clubs, so the English fans, or because we have like crazy ultras with flares and drums and like big crazy atmospheres. If those English clubs were playing in those European leagues, they will be scared or too much pressure or stress by the fans putting on them because of this.
I think so,
yeah. Yeah, but football-wise, I get the pressure thing by the fans. I get that, but from the intensity and the quality of football, most of the Premier League clubs I think will do really well in all the European leagues. And I'm not undermining my league or my football. You know.
Except one, man.
I've always defended the French football, all the European leagues, but
we struggle against La Liga teams. The French, we always struggle against La Liga teams. I don't know what it's about.
You English clubs?
Yeah, 100%. Always.
So
even Sociedad.
Yes. Sociedad, not even the stat. Like there's so many. I don't know what it's about the Spanish football. Maybe it's too much technical because English styles very mixed. But
that's what I'm saying is, if I look at the bottom 10 of England and the bottom 10 of, say, Italy, how they play football is completely different. And I think like teams like United, or even let's say I've seen something about, I think it was on TalkSport, Brighton, saying Brighton could win the league in Serie A. And I think if they played the bottom 10 of Serie A, they would struggle because of just how our managers are. Is everything's structured around defense, especially on them teams, and they'll sit on a low block, and this is why a lot of our teams, like Juventus, Lazio, Roma, all these teams losing to these teams. It happens every year. It's because they struggle to then come forward, and they have no ideas how tactically the bottom teams managers do it. And I just don't know, just the way the bottom 10 in England are. I don't know. It's a bit different. I think it would be tough.
Mid-table clubs in the Premier League Trust me, there are tricky teams to play against.
West Ham finished like 16th or 15th and still beat Fiorentina. Then they finish 8th in your league.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No. I think you're right. You're right. So, well, again, no debate around the Premier League being a very competitive league. But this question is for we will have to answer that one. It's for you, Cass. From a guy called @Mani735. Is Man United seen by European fans as a bigger club than Man City? Dalil, answer that question. Overall, bro. Overall. Forget about Cass being here. Forget about Dabs, Man City fan being on the forget about that. Overall, by Europe, if you go Italy, you go France, you go Spain, you go Germany, you go Netherlands. You say, okay, which club is the biggest club, Man United or Man City? What do you think will be the answer?
I will say that I'm a child, I went to Algeria because I am Algerian, and I was used to see Man United shirts. So
there you go. When you were young, yeah.
But at the moment, I see more and more City shirts because they are winning the Champions League. They are winning the league.
Is it not linked to the glory hunters jumping on the recent success as well?
Yeah. So I think, for me, Manchester United is a bigger club than Manchester City.
We're bigger than all your clubs put together. That's the difference.
I doubt this, bro. But
I'm not talking globally. I statistics are PSG. You only been founded about 50 years ago, anyways.
53 years ago, exactly. We're babies. Exactly. I agree with that.
Yeah, nothing.
I agree with that. We're babies. That's very true.
Straight, yeah.
AC Milan, bro. AC Milan historically is a massive club in Europe. You know,
massive club. But you're talking about quality or who's a bigger club. There's not coming. You don't come close. I'm sorry. PSG are only big in PSG.
When have you guys been created? Year of creation of Man United?
Flipping out, like 18. What is it? Man United. I need to check this one out.
1880.
No. We was founded.
We were founded in 1970, bro.
1870. I was gonna type it, but I don't think I need it. I think
1970 for us.
1880, something like this. Nearly 150-year club.
Yeah, see, we're 50 years old, so we're very young. But AC Milan is a big club in Europe, so
yeah, it's a big club in Europe, but we're a big club in the world. You know, we go to Singapore.
I'd agree within,
but we're not the best. It doesn't mean
if we're talking about as a whole, not just
as a whole, yeah,
as trophies.
Man United
is everywhere. They're everywhere in America, everywhere in Asia.
Don't you think this is changing because of the recent Man City treble? And now people are saying now they won the treble, now they cannot, arriving at the same level as Man United, not bigger, but reaching the same level as Man United.
What? Because of 10 years?
Because of the recent success in the Premier League and the recent treble, because they've been winning the Premier League for quite a few seasons now.
They'll gain more fans, but football always works in cycles.
Yeah, that's right.
They're dominant. Like look at Arsenal. They had their dominance. Liverpool had their dominance. The Man United had their 20-year dominance. Started changing. Chelsea started getting in and around. Little clubs, and the Leicester won it. Then Man City starts winning it. Liverpool had their little time as well. Football always works in cycles. And the thing is, Manchester City will gain as a fan base, but and even in the 60s, Man City were good globally, though. Man United were still there in the 60s. That's the difference because of the Europe. They're like one of the first teams to do the European thing, English teams, other than Liverpool. That's why Liverpool and Man United have deep roots in the older generation, because in other parts of the world, because of one of the first English teams to go and do it or anybody else. And that still counts. I mean, in another 20 years, if Man City are still dominating, that cycle will change because people die, people grow up, and that's the way it goes, unfortunately.
Yeah, very true. I'd probably answer the same. Obviously, Man United overall, with everything that's been achieved, I'd say still a little bit bigger than the Man City. I think with time, probably they can take over, but I don't think that's the case from a European football fan perspective. I'd say you go everywhere, even you go France, they will say, yeah, Man City is smashing it these days, but overall, Man United is kind of bigger, objectively, I'd say. And last question, and then we'll wrap it up, guys. I think it's in 2 days. Which club will win the Champions League this season? Let's go, Alessandro. Do you think it's going to be an English club?
Yeah.
Or an Italian club or French club?
English. I'm gonna go City.
English. I'd love a non-English club to win the Premier League, to humble the Premier League and humble the English fans as well. That would be great.
No one looks like they can. They can, to be honest. From
But
what
Man
I've seen
City
so
already won it, so they're kind of like, oh, we already did it. We don't give a shit about this season. So it's a good opportunity.
I don't think Pep works like that, though. I don't think Pep works like that.
But the players,
nah. But he's got them players how he wants them, and they'll go and try and go. And
so you're going Man City again?
Yeah, I'm going Man City. Well, last year I said Bayern Munich, so Man City beat Bayern Munich.
It hurts me to say, but I'm going Real Madrid. I don't know why, for some reason.
Because jostle you off, run. Unless they get Mbappe in January.
That's true. With the recent injury of Vinicius, that's very true.
Well.
Yeah. See how it goes, but they are the best for this competition.
And Bellingham isn't going to score every weekend. Do you know what I mean? You can't have Bellingham. He's basically their number 9 in midfield scoring goals. He's not going to be scoring goals every week and every game day of Champions League for them. I know they've got the DNA and stuff, but no proper number 9 for the first time in like a decade. Their main goalkeeper out, Militao out, both 2 ACL injuries. Vinicius Jr.'s out for a month and a half, I've seen. So I don't know. I just don't know about Real Madrid.
And what about Arsenal? Do you think I'm laughing, not in a bad way, but is that it's been too long for them? Do you think they will cope with the intensity of the Champions League?
They're not even going to cope on a weekend versus us if they keep playing the way they play with Havertz.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, so they need to be because their fans are piping up a bit much for someone that hasn't been in it in 7 years. I mean, when we weren't in it and we came back after 7 years, we were just happy to be in it. We didn't give a shit what we did if we lost it. But Arsenal fans are speaking like they're going to go very far. That's not how the Champions League works.
When they're going to play against tricky clubs such as the likes of
Benfica,
RB Leipzig, the clubs like that are used to the competition, and they now they are. I remember back in the days, us PSG, we were always struggling against. Was always a tough confrontation against Atalanta as well, like, which is not a great club in Serie A, but in Champions League they were doing quite well, and those clubs are used to it. Trust me, it's hard to play against them. Dalil, who's going to win the Champions League quickly? Then we wrap it up.
To be honest,
we discuss the draw next week, by the way.
Yeah. I don't think Real Madrid will win, but I will say PSG.
Bro, that is biased opinion. I'm a PSG fan, bro. I think that is biased opinion. Why? Okay, tell me why do you think we can win it?
Because for the first time, for the first time, I think we have a team and we have not like players on the pitch.
That's the thing. You are getting excited about our last game against when we won 3-1 because Luis Enrique is implementing a proper style of play now, and we've been missing a style of play for I don't know how many seasons. So now, because it looks like we're going to have a style of play, you think that is going to be enough to win the Champions League? In my opinion, I think that's not enough. I think it will be a crash test season. I think with everything that's changed, I think we can go far, but I don't think we can, in my opinion, win it. But let's see how it goes. But I think to win the Champions League, you need more than just one gaffer that comes and finally implements some kind of style of play that looks like something. Unfortunately, Cass, thank you very much, my G, for joining the show. It's been a real pleasure.
It's my opinion. Your thing's gonna win the Champions League.
Oh, sure. Oh, sorry. I thought you would say Man United, obviously.
No, why would I say Man United? We're not even gonna get past the quarterfinal. Now I'm gonna put Bayern Munich. I think they got the tools and they got a cup manager as well. You know, I know.
So you want to see Harry Kane lift the trophy then?
I don't, man. I mean, they got Kim Min Jae as well. He's quality as well. You know, I like it. I know they got spanked by City last time out, but last time out, when you go deep the game, it's what the game really was. They were missing a striker all this time. All that time is evident. And I think if Harry Kane keeps scoring the way he's doing now, which he's going to keep doing anyways, he'll get some form. They can go really far. I think losing like in the league, I think obviously I like Doku and I like Mateus Nunes that they're bringing in, but you don't have your Mahrez, you don't have your Gundos, but you still got your Rodris and everything. So bit of difference, but I think that matters. You know, I think Bayern will go win it this year. I don't think an English club will. Can't see Liverpool going far. Wonder why.
Do you see PSG going far?
You know what? Funny enough, actually, I do.
Thank you, because that's the first time we're not.
I think he's right.
Favorites.
If you get Kolo Muani,
okay,
at the end of this window, he makes the difference for me. He's the ball carrier that you need. Dembele, if he can stay fit, but that's it. If can he stay fit?
If
a big if, and that's why I don't. You can win it. But I think you're gonna win it. No, I don't know. What should your defense look like?
The defense at the moment depends. It changes from one game to another. Actually,
but Mendes, a left back,
injured. Nuno Mendes is injured, unfortunately. Yeah. He's quality. I hope he will be back soon. I hope so.
Your Kimpembe signed a new contract, I think.
Yeah, but he's not really playing him these days.
Yeah, I know this. So who have you got now? You've got who's your centre back there?
You got Skriniar.
We have Skriniar for Inter Milan. He's doing all right. Danilo is playing sometimes in defense as well. Captain as well. Danilo. I think he's solid.
Danilo Pereira.
Yes.
Centre back.
Yes.
Yeah. I can see it, but where's Marquinhos playing?
Centre back as well.
You're playing three at the back?
No.
So Danilo is playing DM or no?
No, Danilo is not playing DM.
So you're playing who at left back then? You're playing who you mentioned at first?
Lucas Hernandez that joined recently. We also have Hakimi on the other end as well. Remember?
That works. See this? I like this. I actually really like that. You know, that's so balanced.
Hernandez.
Hakimi, Theo Hernandez. See, I don't think Luca Hernandez. He's not a centre back for me. He's more of a left back, but he's like Ben White kind of situation for me. Who's your midfield?
That's the thing. It's still in the process to build it, but
Ruiz don't look that good.
At the moment, we have Ugarte from Uruguay.
Massive fan of him.
Yeah, he's really good. And the last game he had was immense.
He's wicked. Ugarte. He's so energetic. He's exactly what Verratti was meant to be. That's exactly. Who else have you got?
Vitinha play midfields as well.
Whatever, man. Scrap him. Who's next?
Why you don't like Vitinha?
He's a striker, man. He's like a centre forward for me, man. False nine.
Bro, he's good. He's good. He's quality, man. He's quality. Yeah. Who else can we play? Well, last game we played. Let me check because he's changed the team again. But last game we would have midfield.
Zaire Emery.
No. It's one of the new signings. How can I forget him? The wonder kid, Warren Zaire Emery.
Who?
From the Zaire Emery. He's from the
Emery.
I like this Zaire Emery.
Oh, I've heard, the young kid.
Yeah.
Academy player. 70 baller. He's gonna be a talent. So you see this? This is what gels a team. Exactly what my man's saying. I believe in stuff like that. You ain't got individuals. You got a team. Go get Kolo Muani and maybe another one, and we're talking. I think Luis Enrique. But I'm not joking. Watch by November, December, he's gonna have that team ticking. Properly.
I hope so, bro. That's really hopeful. I like that kind of energy, bro. Like, trust me, we've been suffering for quite a long time.
Football for how long? Like out of club football, he's gonna be hungry. So when you got a hungry manager, it's dangerous. Like Ange for Tottenham, hungry manager. Watch, he's gonna be a success. I think at Tottenham, he's gonna surprise.
And hungry players as well, bro.
Yeah. That's the way I look at it. So
that's when I said to you Ugarte, you said massive fan of Ugarte. Because Ugarte, he has a lot to prove as well, and he has a massive potential. So
it's just experience now, isn't it? I think you got experience in and around the team. When I deep it, I think you got a lot of. You got your Marquinhos and you got Donnarummas and etc. Luca Hernandez. Yeah, you got a very good team, in my opinion.
That's what. On the one hand, I agree with you about Mbappe case, but on the other hand, he really helped the team to improve in every level.
We are Mbappe dependent. Like we need him desperately.
But not only on the pitch. He helped us to build a team and to have massive players at each line. Now we have massive coach. We have 2 or 3 top goalkeepers. We have 5 or 6 defenders. So I think the team is.
Right, we got the draw coming in 2 days? Is it 2 days the draw? Or
Yeah.
3? Can't wait, man. Let's see who we get. I hope we get someone good like AC Milan or Inter so we can slap them so I can beat up Mo. You know.
Nah, bro, you're too confident. Be careful to the Italian teams, bro. I'm telling you, man.
See Ten Hag in Europe, I have no doubt about it.
Ten Hag, yeah, I know.
Just don't give me Sevilla. I don't care.
Yeah, because it's the same. Like Sevilla, every season is the same. It's just a tough team to play. But
I don't understand it.
I'm just having a quick look at
so crap, innit?
It's so shit. Like, they've lost every game in
the league. They're so
in the league this year.
At least En-Nesyri's going to West Ham potentially. Get gone, please. I say that get gone. That means I'm gonna have to play West Ham, and he's gonna score a header. Watch.
Why, guys? Quickly, by the way, Man United, you put 2, bro. You put 2.
Real Madrid. Oh no.
Okay, I don't know.
Hey, we're getting Benfica final. Watch. Don't mind it.
So I don't know. Okay, can you? Okay, pot 1. Man City was that Barcelona, Napoli, Bayern, PSG, Benfica, Feyenoord. So yeah, you put 2 with Real.
Yeah, that's calm. As long as we avoid that, I don't care who we get in there. Just avoid PSG. Even though I like to see, I like big games though. That's the thing. I don't like poor groups because it's boring. But I won't mind getting a Feyenoord, man. Just give me Feyenoord. I'd like this.
Well, pot 3, we can't really see it on screen, but pot 3 is
Give me AC Milan so I can come.
Pot 3. We have Shakhtar Donetsk, FC Salzburg, AC Milan, Lazio, Red Star Belgrade. I think that is what the fuck was that? Who's that club? I'm not recognizing the badge. That's shocking.
Which one? Dinamo Zagreb, Rangers,
Braga. Sorry. Braga, Rangers, Dinamo Zagreb.
You know, interesting. Braga just got bought out not too long ago. It's going to be an interesting team that develops over in Portugal.
But Braga, wait. Dalil, I think PSG is like a minority shareholder at Braga, no?
Yeah.
Yes. They kind of want to do the City Group model or whatever, but in a different scale.
To make money and everything, this is exactly what you need to do anyways. It makes sense. It's smart. It's smart. Don't be surprised if you go for another team somewhere like over in Italy or something.
Pot 3, FC Union, Berlin, Newcastle, RC Lens Celtics, Real Sociedad, Galatasaray, Young Boys, Switzerland, and FC Copenhagen.
Oh, that's poor, isn't it? That pot 4 is poor. Other than Newcastle, is poor.
I'd say best draw for us would be, I don't know. Probably, I'd like to play Arsenal, to be fair.
I would love that too.
I'd like Arsenal.
But
then I'll take pot 3. I'll take Rangers because it's a good away day.
If they go through.
Yeah, if they go through, exactly.
Same with Braga. I think it's Braga or Panathinaikos. And Galatasaray.
Probably go pot 4.
Pot 4 is poor. I can't lie. Pot 4 is poor. I like Sociedad, to be fair. I don't want them, but I don't mind playing them again.
Galatasaray is a tricky one. Very tricky one.
Interesting. In Union Berlin, they had to hit a homegrown quota. So I know they had to get rid of a lot of players and get in a lot of players for Europe. So I wonder how that goes.
New St. James's Park is Cass, have you ever been St. James's Park?
Never. That's one stadium I haven't been to.
I went.
Is it good?
As a Luton fan, I went.
Oh, you're Luton? I'm in Bedford.
What did you say, Alessandro? You're a Luton fan?
No, I went as a Luton fan.
With the
away fans. A weekend away, and we were like,
with the away fans. Yeah. And apparently the atmosphere is good at St. James's Park, but
could they put you in the worst seats? You're not going to make no noise.
Yeah, it's so high up.
The ultras will make noise.
Okay.
But I'm telling you now, it's a cold, and I can't imagine how the first game of their season in the Champions League is going to be rocking.
It's going to be a tough
one.
Atletico
Madrid, but the English version. That's Newcastle.
Well, see how it goes, but again, group stage is always manageable. It gets tough after the group stage, but there's never a good team to draw. To be fair, it's always tricky anyway. But yeah, see how it goes. Cass, thank you very much. Never a foul. Big up to your boys. Big up to Daps. Big up to everyone in your team as well. It's a delight to have you. Thanks for supporting us as well. Much appreciated. Let people know where they can follow you guys.
Never a foul. Right, never a foul. I'm pretty sure you know people know how to spell that. And yeah, man, obviously I know more than that's about European football, so
I like that. We'll have you more often, I'd say. But Daps is usually doing his homework before the pod, isn't it?
yeah, he's gonna have to, man. But I know my players, I know everything, so
exactly. I like that.
Where's the Liga lot, man? Like, I want to slander them and their crap league.
It's going after Alessandro. I think he has an agenda on you. You know that.
La Liga, no Serie A. No, Serie A is all right, man. It's not too sad, but the league is a fraud league, man. Let's be honest. Their best
like
team
that.
They couldn't even get past us. Round of 16. Come on, man. 32, sorry.
I like that. I can't wait for Victor and you to be on the show. It will be a banging show. I love it. Alessandro, where can people follow you?
Instagram, literally Alessandro and then _.
Okay, and us guys, Parisian Londoners, we're doing PSG content in English language. We also do stuff around the French league, trying to defend our dear French league, Farmers League in this country in England, and it's a tough work. But yeah, give us a follow as well. Vieille Rue Vintage Shop as well on their socials. We'll announce the winner of the giveaway on our socials after the show. And big up to FanFest for hosting it and having us as well. We'll discuss the Champions League draw next week. Thank you, Dalil, for joining as well. Much appreciated, man. You're always welcome on the show. Thanks for supporting us. And big up to you guys. Have a great week and see you next week. Have a good one.
See you later, guys.
Bye-bye.